Welcome back, friends, to another weekly video. This week we are doing another success story, Richard Branson. Learning about how other people found success might provide you a little bit of inspiration on how you can find your fortune. Richard Branson is one of the most famous entrepreneurs in the world. His net worth is $5.1 billion. He's one of Time's 100 most influential people in the world. Virgin Group has over 60 companies around the world, and Virgin is one of the most recognized brands. He has grown a massive company with huge success. The question you all are asking is, how did he do it? Well, the good thing about studying Richard Branson is that he's given a lot of media interviews that we can look at. And there is one interview in particular that has always stood out in my mind as really highlighting his greatest strength. So in this interview, he tells a story about a difficult time in his company. So here's the story that he told. This took place right when he started his new company, Virgin Atlantic, which flew plane flights from New York to London. So this was very exciting. It was rapid growth for his company. And right when he was returning home from the very first flight of his company, he came home to find the bank manager for his bank sitting on his front doorstep. And the bank manager was there because he was there to call all of the bank loans for the company and demand payment immediately. So let me give you some background here. It is fairly common in business loans for a bank to insert a clause that says if something significantly changes about a business's situation, they have the right to call the bank loan and demand payment immediately. So that's what happened here. They were saying that Virgin Atlantic was too risky of a business venture, and they wanted to pull their investment out of the company, effectively shutting it down. I don't blame the bankers here, because bankers have their own set of responsibilities. Bankers are trying to achieve a certain risk profile for the portfolio of loans for the bank. And so what they were saying was Virgin Atlantic wasn't a good fit for their bank portfolio anymore. But that certainly put Richard Branson in a difficult situation. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine your company is doing great, it's rapidly expanding, and suddenly overnight you lose all of the funding for your company? This was an impossible situation. So what did Richard Branson do? He didn't give up. So he took his existing cash and figured out a way to stretch it one more week. And within that week, he went out and found another bank to replace the existing bank on even better terms. So when I look at this situation, my key takeaway from this is don't give up. If you look at Richard Branson's career, this is a theme that comes up over and over and over again that drives his success. Let's talk about you for a second, because there is a reason why this is all so important. So as a business person, your responsibility is to seek out profit. Well, what is profit? Let's think about this for a second. Profit occurs in a market when value is created. Value is created by solving problems for customers. Problems come from uncommon situations. The root of all of this is uncommon situations. Let me explain what I mean by all of this. If I was going to open a dirt shop, no one would come and pay me for my dirt because dirt is everywhere. You could walk out to the front of your house and dig up some dirt. So who is going to come to my shop and give me money for my dirt? The point is that if something is really common, no one is going to pay you for it. Profit exists at the edge of markets. You make the most money when you find these uncommon situations. The most profit exists at the edge of these markets where you are pushing the boundaries and innovating and taking a step further. That is the core of what business is about. Business is about making people's lives better, not staying the same. If this is what business is about, let me tell you something. You are going to have some difficult moments. Because when you are heading off into the unknown and pushing the boundaries, you are going to be making some people uncomfortable. there is going to be some uncertainty, there is going to be some stress, and it might even be a little bit scary. These are the soul-crushing moments when it feels like you are running up against a brick wall. That is the moment you need to recognize and say to yourself, don't give up. Because that moment is the reason you are there as a business person. In Richard Branson's situation, he had two options. He could have given up. He could have said this is an impossible situation and shut down his company. But he didn't do that. He didn't give up. He figured out a solution and made his way through it. And the reason he did not give up is because he realized that it is worth it. Creating value for your customers is worth fighting through it. I don't care what business you're in. You are creating value in somebody's life, and that is worth not giving up. So if you're struggling with something in your life, if you're having a difficult time, if you are scared, just remember something. Don't give up. This is the reason why Richard Branson has been so successful. This is also your role as a business person. This is how you find profit. But it's more than that. This is how you make everybody's life around you just a little bit better. Now I want to hear from you guys. If you found Richard Branson's success story inspirational, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And if you like this video, if you found it helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. The best way to supercharge a business is through accounting and corporate finance, and I release a new video every week. So come back and check out next week's video.